When the girl came home from school, she found that the house had disappeared out of thin air. There was only a strange stone left on the ground. The place where the house used to be was covered with snow. Loretta stroked the snow with her hand. At that moment, she seemed to feel that her mother was waving at her not far away. Yesterday evening, when Loretta came back from school, she heard a strange man in her house. He was accusing her mother of stealing things from the company and demanding that she return them. Her mother said sadly that she hadn't stolen anything and shouted at the man to get out of her house.
Get out of my house!
At night, Loretta was listening to music and dancing in her room. Suddenly, the lights became extremely bright and then there was a power outage in the room. She went downstairs to look for her mother. Loretta found that there was a strong light on her mother's desk. Suddenly, the strong light disappeared, and all the glass in the house shattered. Scared, Loretta went back to her bedroom. In her dream, Loretta saw a meteorite floating towards her in the universe. The next day, she lay outside her mother's room door and heard no sound coming from inside. So Loretta went to school alone. After walking more than 10 meters out of the door and looking back at the house, Loretta found that all the window panes were broken. This showed that what happened last night wasn't a dream. Loretta had a test at school. She still got excellent grades this time. After class, Loretta took the report card and went to the door of the ring company ready to show it to her mother. But even after all the people in the company had left, so she went home alone, feeling disappointed. Loretta found that the place where her home used to be was now empty with only snow on the ground. Loretta looked carefully and found a stone on the ground. That stone was exactly the same as the meteorite she saw in her dream. Loretta shouted her mother's name. Suddenly, there was a strange noise coming from the woods, so she ran towards the depths of the woods. When she got closer, Loretta found a boy about her age. He was throwing snowballs at a robot. Then they went to an abandoned small wooden house in the depths of the woods. The boy advised Loretta not to go in because there were ghosts in the wooden house. But Loretta resolutely walked in. There was no one in the house. A pool of blood on the ground floated from the ground into the air in a way that exceeded the laws of physics. Loretta looked at the snow in front of her in disbelief and imagined the picture of the house being decomposed and floating into the air. Disappointed, Loretta went under a bridge. She threw the stone in her hand hard to vent her emotions, but the stone floated in the air. She accused her mother of being irresponsible and made a promise to Cole. If she had children of her own in the future, she would never abandon them. She would always be with them. Then Loretta ran back to the small wooden house in the depths of the woods. She started a fire there and curled up in the corner. Not long after, the adult Loretta also came to the small wooden house. She looked inside through the window for a long time before she summoned up the courage to go in and face her younger self.
Did I do something to make her want to go?
Why did she leave me? The adult Loretta explained that Alma had never appeared again after she left. All she knew was that she was conducting an experiment. The adult Loretta had spent many years but still hadn't figured out what kind of experiment it was.